Right, big up everyone. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I've got another guest. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the viewers?
All right, everybody. I think a lot of people watching, if you don't know me already, I have been creating my own content on my own channel since 2018. I don't even think I have to say my name, but for those of you that don't know me, I am the OSG. I am the old school gunner. I am an Irishman, born and bred, living in Switzerland. Absolute die-hard Arsenal fan. It might not come across on my channel sometimes. I am a very friendly person, but I am Arsenal to the core. My blood, it runs red and white, guys, for the team. It's as simple as that. I'm 100% committed to Arsenal football team, 100% committed to the fans, 100% committed to the club. Absolutely delighted to Damon. Congratulations on your channel and the success you've been having. And it's a pleasure to be invited on. And also, best of luck to Manchester City for the rest of the season. I just want to say that. And yeah, absolutely a pleasure to be on your channel, Damon, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me. And let's talk football, man. Let's talk. Let's get into it. Let me
It's
just
all right.
flex. This
So,
is
the
real,
first,
guys. Real beef here, huh? Real beef. See that, guys? That's real. You know what I mean? Come around my house, guys. Talk about Arsenal. You know what's going to happen, huh? This is what's going to happen. All right, let's get into it.
all right.
I'm
First
joking, guys. I'm
question
only. Let's go.
is how would you assess the club performances so far this season, and are they meeting your expectations
In general, or for Arsenal?
for Arsenal?
Arsenal are crap. Um, Mikel Arteta needs to leave the club, I think, at this point. That's my own opinion. Respectfully to all other Arsenal fans out there and to other football fans that may have an opinion. I've supported the team my whole life. It's been 21 years since we last won the title. We have won an FA Cup under Mikel Arteta, but that is all we have won since he took over like 7 years ago. The problem is he was assistant to Pep, of course, at Manchester City. I'm kind of going to lead into the question about the cup competitions, yeah, but I just want to kind of fill people in about what's actually happening at this great football club. He was assistant at Manchester City to Pep. Now, he came to Arsenal, it was his first managerial role as the actual coach, as the manager. He hasn't got the necessary experience to take us where we need to go, with all due respects to Arteta. If he decides to leave tomorrow, I would be a happy man. Maybe we can bring in a more experienced, established coach that can take the team to the next level. What people have to understand is Mikel Arteta has no prior experience. What people have to understand is we should have strengthened in areas to give us a better chance this season. Because the last 2 seasons, we were lucky. A lot of teams were in transition. This season, you see our real level. This is our real level. This is the level Arsenal are at. We went away to Eindhoven and we beat them 7-1. And people think we're the greatest football team that ever played the game. No, son, it's Barcelona. With Messi. They're the greatest team I ever saw. We beat PSV Eindhoven 7-1. They played awful. Eindhoven played terrible in that game. I don't care what anybody says. We're crying out for a striker. It's the games against Manchester City. It's the games against Liverpool. It's the games against Newcastle. Spurs. Nottingham Forest have a very good team this season. We need a good quality forward, something we don't have. Players like Saka, Saliba, they're not going to stay. They're not going to stay at the club forever when we're not winning anything. Odegaard, he's going to move on at some point. We crying out for a centre forward. I think if we had a prolific goal scorer who could hit 25 goals a season, we'd be doing well. The question you put to me was about the cup competitions. Well, I think it speaks for itself. We're just in the Champions League now. The Carabao is gone and the FA Cup is gone. Maybe we were a little bit unlucky, but We don't have strength in depth. Now, Manchester City are not going through a good phase at the moment. They have improved a little bit, but Manchester City's squad, compared to Arsenal squad, you can't compare it. City have like two teams. It's as simple as that. Arsenal are very light. Saka gets injured, the wheels came off. You know what I mean? And in the last month, we have slipped back alarmingly in the title race with Liverpool. Now that's gone too. All we have is the Champions League. And we're going to beat Eindhoven, obviously. We're 7-1 up. But who's waiting for us in the next round? It's going to be Real Madrid, is the way it's looking. We're not going to beat them. So that's our season, guys. Arsenal fans, a little dose of reality, a bit of a wake-up call. Everyone tunes into my channel, including Damon. Thank you for your support, Damon. I get a lot of people tuning in. It's nice for me to be a guest and actually voice my own opinion. As a guest to everybody watching, Arsenal fans need a wake-up call. A lot of them think it's like a kind of a fashion statement to be a fan of Arsenal Football Club. It's like cool in the pub when you're with your friends, you can talk about it. Or you're walking at the street and you're going to football practice. Oh, I'm an Arsenal fan. Something to be proud of. It is something to be proud of. But there's more to it than that. And the problem that I find is that the players and the manager, they have become detached from the actual, how much it means to the fans. And this goes for every team in the world. Sometimes they don't realize how much it means to the actual fans. You know what I mean? Day to day in our lives, what this club means. Football in general. We're out of every cup competition apart from the Champions League. We're going to be out of that soon when Real beat us. Is Arteta the right man for the job? Of course not. I mean, only a madman would think he is. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Not a clue. We should have won the league the last 2 seasons. It was easier to win the league than to come second. And we bottled it. And we talk about Spurs being bottle jobs. Yeah, they are. But so are we. Look, I just think respectfully it's time for Arteta to step back. Let's bring in a more experienced manager. And you've got these smart people out there. As soon as I say that, they just jump on me straight away. But OSG, there's no managers. Who would you bring in? Oh, God. Oh, no. You know what I mean? Listen, Klopp left Liverpool. Arne Slot came in. How's he been doing? Pretty damn good. There are managers out there. Look,
Yeah, I think Arsenal
time
would be
for a lot of
tempted.
Arsenal fans to wake up. Wake up, guys. You need to come back to reality a little bit. We've achieved nothing under Mikel Arteta. We spent almost $1 billion. And people are telling me, well, it's a process. The process is going to be going on for 25 years. I don't want another Arsene Wenger. At least Wenger won trophies in the first half. But Arteta, guys, he's going to gain experience. He's going to learn a little bit about the game. And he's going to move on. And where are we going to be? Trophyless. Seriously. Wake up, guys. Big up to me, man. Big up to the OSG.
Yeah, like basically, like Skool Gunner said to me that last week. He said that Arteta's just trying to use Pep's tactics, but he don't actually know what he's doing.
I'd agree with that. And I think
And
that the sooner he leaves, the better. And like I said, respectfully, with honor, and we owe him respect. But he needs to leave. These players that we have, they're not going to be around forever. And they're not going to stay when they're not winning trophies. Because they're good enough. And if we won just one league title, I'm not about winning a league title here, guys. I'm not on about winning the treble or the quadruple like Manchester City. Let's win one. That one will stay with us forever. I honestly don't think I will see us win the league again in my lifetime. And I'm still a young man, guys. I'm still young. But I honestly think I will die before Arsenal win the league again. I mean, serious now. I'm not joking. That is what it's coming down to, because you've got a manager like him in charge. He's obviously a yes man. People don't want to move him out of the club. They're happy with him in charge because he's a yes man. He does exactly what he says. He follows orders like a sheep. And where are we going to be? What are we going to win? Seriously, man. It's time for some real talk, yeah? Some real talk. Big up to Lawrence in the chat, man. Smash the like, bro. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, drop a subscribe. And if you ever need a bit of help with a bit of the old rough stuff, We call on the OSG will be there. And I'll bring my cousin. So there. Cheers, guys. I'm heading to Thailand tomorrow. I'm a little bit excited.
All right. The next one. Which players have been your standout performers and who need to improve?
Hmm. Well, a player that I think is absolutely fantastic is Urian Timber. Love that player. I mean, every time Timber gets on the ball, it's just like get out the popcorn. You know what I mean? Timber is just a wonderful, wonderful player. He's fearless. He's quick. But I've got to give up big up respect to the centre backs. Yeah, Saliba and Gabriel, two monsters. On the opposite side of things, you asked me two standout players. They're standout players for good. Standout for bad. Havertz, never been a striker. Jesus, no comment. But I have to big up the young players. Yeah, I have to give credit to the young players. Skelly and God damn it, what is his name? The winger on the right hand side.
Noani
He's
or something?
absolute.
Something like
What's his name?
Noani, I think. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Wanyeri.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I haven't had much sleep. I haven't had much sleep. Wanyeri and Skelly have been absolutely excellent, and I'm not going to pick on Manchester City, but the way they played against Manchester City and also other games, yeah, they were just absolutely when every time they had played for Arsenal, the two of them, they're young guys, yeah, they're young. They played really, really well and absolutely no fear. Some of the older players in the team are just standing there watching. The two of them, they get one chance, they just go in on goal and they finish it. I mean, some of the older players, the more respected, they're standing there like just, you know what I mean? These two guys, they come on, immediate impact, no fear, no ego, no nothing. They just do the business for the team. It's as simple as that. And they're quick. They are fast. I mean, Skelly is like lightning. He gets one chance, he sees a little gap, and next minute he's shooting it past the keeper. It's like he's that quick. But yeah, they're two stand-up players for me, yeah, because they're young guys. They've contributed nicely, and they're honest. They work hard for the team, and they put in a real effort. And every Arsenal fan out there, regardless of what happens this season, guys, regardless of what happens this season, next season, we can be proud of these two players. I am proud of them because they came from nothing. Two young guys, they got a chance in the team, and they've been absolutely wonderful. I mean, respect to the two of them, yeah. Big up to them, man. At the end of the season, they should get a special mention, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that bit. It's the same Man City, like mostly the young players are a lot better.
Mm.
Man City.
They train harder. They train harder, Damon. In training, I think they train harder. They're more honest. They work harder. You can see it on the field. The older guys, they're like, you know what I mean? 200,000 a week, Porsche, apartment. They don't care about anything, man. They don't have any worries. These young guys come in, they want to be something. They want to go places. They get out on the pitch and they just go crazy. So, and they're better technically, I think. I think they do better in training. They look technically better. Their technical skills are very good on the ball. And that's also for the young players at Manchester City, like Rico Lewis. A fantastic, fantastic player. Huh? A wonderful player. What can I say? Some good players. For me, this season, Liverpool will be champions. There's no doubt about that in my mind. They are the best team in England by a mile. The best team. Way better than Arsenal. I think they're going to win the league and they deserve it. That's all there is about it. Arsenal, we're not going to win anything. We need to look to next season. Lack of a centre forward, we're never going to win anything. Arteta as manager, we're never going to win anything. Guys, come back in 20 years. 20 years, yeah. I guarantee you, if Mikel Arteta is manager, we will never win a trophy. And I'm talking about in the next 20 years. Prove me wrong, huh? I'm telling you now, it's not going to happen. It will never happen. The competition level in the Premier League, a manager like him, it's never going to be for us. Arne Slot, look what he's doing with that team. Manchester City, Damon's team, they have had so much success in the last 10 years. Manchester United are just, they're nowhere right now. City are by far the best team in Manchester and have been for the last 10 years. Okay? If you ever see Alex Ferguson's face when he goes to the games at Old Trafford, that tells you all you need to know. City have had their success. Liverpool have had their success. Liverpool are back on top again. And where are Arsenal? I mean, serious now. It's been 21 years since we lifted the title. 21 years. And that's since Wenger's day. And look at the position we're in. And why was Mikel Arteta given the job in the first place? Complete lack of experience. Absolutely ridiculous. And how he finds himself still in the job after the last 2 seasons. It was easier to win the league than to lose it. And we still couldn't get over the line. Embarrassing. Just absolutely. I'm on about the manager here, guys. And I'm on about the chairman. I'm not talking about Arsenal Football Club. I am talking about the fans out there that don't know the left hand from the right hand and are not the smartest people in the world, some of them, that believe he's the right man for the job. But I'm on about Arteta and the board. Nothing about the club, yeah. Hopefully the sooner he leaves the better and we can move on past this unpleasantness. Big up Arsenal, man. And big up all the real fans out there. And big up Damon, man. Come subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, I do feel like Arsenal would need a manager like De Zerbi or someone to take over.
We've got fantastic players, Damon. We have fantastic players in the squad. We need strengthening, but that's what the manager does too. He realises what needs to be improved, and he brings in the players that we need. Arteta, when something's going wrong on the field, he's standing there for 15 minutes. And you know what I loved? I think it was last season. I think Martinelli was not playing well. And the start of this season, Martinelli was not playing well, yeah. And I love Martinelli. Big up Martinelli, man. Honest player, always does his best. But he wasn't playing well for like 9 months. And what does Arteta do? This is Arteta's solution. He brings him on with 5 minutes to go, and we're losing 2-1. What's he going to do in 5 minutes, Arteta? You barely get warmed up in that time. And he's meant to get into the pace of the game and score a goal. And he hasn't been playing well. And then Arteta turns on and goes, well, I took Martinelli on, but he couldn't do anything. He had 5 minutes. The ref had the whistle in his mouth. And he's meant to score a goal. I mean, and then Arteta turns around and says, well, Martinelli didn't do it for us today. He had 5 minutes. That's Arteta. That's the way he thinks. I mean, it's actually disgusting. And what about all the good players we had at the club, Damon? Matteo Guendouzi would die for that team. What's his name? God damn it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would die for the team. Any bit of class we had in the forwards in the last 5 years came from him. He was the best striker we've had in the last 5-10 years. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And Arteta got into an argument with him. He got into an argument with Guendouzi. He got rid of Torreira. He put Kieran Tierney out on loan. Now Tierney is back, thank God. But he brought in Zinchenko from Manchester City. Guys, any time a Premier League club sells you a player, yeah, is because he's crap. City sold us Zinchenko. They knew he was rubbish. Chelsea gave us Raheem Sterling. I'm better than him. Damon is better than him. So, no, seriously, no, we are better players than Sterling. The best is yet to come. That's what Sterling was saying at the Arsenal press conference, yeah? We're still waiting. Guys, that was 6 months ago. I mean, Sterling is crap. Zinchenko was rubbish. What players will I get rid of? My God. I mean, and we let go then. We let Emile Smith-Rowe go, the ESR. And he is a die-hard Arsenal fan. He would die for the team. That man, and then he wasn't getting his game. And Arteta got rid of him because he wasn't performing. He never played him. He was another one that Arteta brought on with 5 minutes to go. And the guy's confidence was gone completely because he got dropped from the team. He never played. Arteta let on Emile Smith-Rowe with 5 minutes to go with Martinelli. And like I said, at the end of the game, then, well, Emile Smith-Rowe didn't score a goal for us. He had 5 minutes. And he hadn't played all season. He had no match practice. He wasn't getting regular game time. And Arteta used to put him on in the most difficult of situations. He's not Maradona, guys. He is not Diego Maradona. He's not going to beat 7 players and round the goalie. You know what I mean? He's not capable of that. Any player needs to be getting game time. And his confidence was gone. His belief was gone. And Arteta was using it as an excuse. Oh, well, Emile let us down. Bro, you gave him 5 minutes and you haven't played him in the last 10 games. And you're always saying he's not good enough. And you want to loan him out. Disgraceful. Some of his man management is absolutely disgraceful. Sorry, no, Damon, man, to go off there, but Arteta, he'll never do it for us, guys. All Arsenal fans out there watching this, you know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is true. Come on my channel anytime you want to discuss what I'm saying, yeah, and I will treat you with respect. But I'm telling you now, mark my words, guys, 10 years from now, we will not have won the league with Arteta. I'm telling you now. I don't care about the FA Cup. I don't care about the Champions League. I don't care about the Carabao Cup. It's the league. The league is the trophy. If you win it, you need to have everything. Discipline, goals, strong defence, great midfield, consistency home and away. The league is the one. If you win the league, you are the best team. It's the ultimate one, guys. We want the league. We're not looking for a Carabao Cup. We want the league. It's what we want. It's been 21 years. We're one of the biggest teams in England, the history of the club, and this is where we find ourselves. And with all due respect to Manchester City, best of luck to them for the rest of the season. And they have been fantastic in the last 10 years, the best team in England. But us, United, nowhere. Liverpool are back. They're looking good. We're not going to win it next season with Liverpool around. You think we're going to beat them next season? Arsenal? No. That's not going to happen, man. They've got Mo Salah. Enough said, guys. Arteta out.
Yeah, I can't see anyone else win the league this season.
Liverpool, man. All day long. Put your money on Liverpool, lads.
Alright, so I'm not going to bother asking the second question because you've practically answered
I just
it.
demolished Mikel Arteta.
That was going to be my next question, actually. Right, so I'll just go on to the third one. How has the team formation evolved throughout the season?
How has the team formation evolved? That's a good question, Damon. I mean, in my opinion, it hasn't evolved at all. Obviously, there's been personnel changes, yeah. There's been different players have come in. I mean, Declan Rice has been fantastic for us, but we're still not going to win the league with him. How does it have evolved? I mean, the problem with us, and I don't want to go back into it again now, like Manchester City have Erling Haaland, Liverpool have Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz. They have excellent attacking options. But you need the striker up front. Before we had Robin van Persie. Of course, we had the one and only, the greatest Premier League player of all time, Thierry Henry. We had him playing for us. Maybe one of the greatest, yeah. But for me, he's the greatest player that ever played for Arsenal. We had Thierry Henry. I like Damon showing off the Champions League badge there. Nice one, Damon. But or whatever the City won the Champions League, is it? But he went like that. As soon as I said Henry, he just coughed and showed the badge. No, but seriously. I mean, we've changed the personnel more than the formation, I think. And for me, it should be a 4. What would I play with Arsenal? I would not play a 3-5-2. I prefer 4 at the back. Maybe a 4-4-1-1. Yeah, would be ideal. You know, a 4-4-1-1, the striker and the number 10 sitting behind him in that role. I mean, like Bergkamp and Henry, but we don't have those kind of players anymore that can play at that level, of course. It has to be said, yeah. Back then, we had better players. Formation hasn't really changed. It's just the players, the personnel have come in. I would not like. I mean, for me, the biggest problem was Zinchenko when he came in like a couple of seasons ago. He played inverted, which is basically, guys. I'm not an expert, yeah, but he used to come into the midfield, whereas Tierney, who used to play that position before him at left back, he used to run up the line and he used to link with Gabriel Martinelli. So we were strong on the left hand side, and Martinelli could attack because Tierney was there to defend. You know, they combined well together. Martinelli was given the option then to go forward, and he didn't have to worry about defending because Tierney was in that position to block the cross to cut the ball out. Whereas Zinchenko, he started cutting inside and attacking through the midfield. He's good at that. But then, as soon as we lost the ball, it was a goal. Not an attack, guys. We conceded a goal because he was up the park, Martinelli was up the park, and there was no one in that position, and we were open on our right hand side. So I don't know. You've got it on our left hand side. So for me, things like Zinchenko playing, I'm glad Tierney's there, yeah, because Tierney can defend. Tierney can defend and he can attack, but he is an actual left back defender. He will actually defend with the back four, and we're much more solid when he plays, and he plays with much more passion and much more heart and much more love for the club than Zinchenko ever will. I mean, Zinchenko is a politician. With all due respect to what's happening in the Ukraine, let him talk about that on his own YouTube channel, but not talk about it in the media. We want to win football games. We want to win football games. You know what I mean? That's his first job. He thinks he's something special. He thinks he's the greatest player that ever lived. I'm better than him. So anyway, look, I'm glad that Tierney's back, and he should start over Zinchenko every single time. The team picks itself. But where we have the problem is in the forwards. We have nobody in the forwards, and we have no backup for Saka. Why did we buy Raheem Sterling? What has he done for the club? He's absolutely awful. I think he scored a hat trick against Carlisle United, or with all due respect to them, I think he scored a hat trick against like some really small team. With all due respect to him in the Carabao Cup, and then he thought he was the greatest player that ever lived. He actually thought he was Kylian Mbappe. Embarrassing, embarrassing, embarrassing. He scored a hat trick against some amateur team, and that's all he did all season. And he was walking around in like he was the greatest player that ever lived. Bro. So, next question.
Yeah, I do remember before Sterling left City. Now you're gonna very much disagree with this, but Sterling said before he left City that he's gonna go win the Ballon d'Or.
Who's he going to win it with?
Sterling says that he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
With who?
He said it before he left City. That's why he left City, to go win the Ballon d'Or with Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. The best thing he could do now, honestly, is like go to a doctor and do what the doctor suggests. Maybe he needs to put his feet up on a Sunday evening. Maybe he needs to listen to a bit of ASMR. Maybe he needs to like buy a dog and take the dog for a walk. Maybe he needs another interest outside of football, because that is not saying what he's saying. Even at his best, he wasn't going to win the Ballon d'Or. With all due respect to him, man. Good player. Best player in the world. He's dreaming. I mean, we're talking about the best player in the world here. Huh? You win the Ballon d'Or, you are the best player on the planet in the last 12 months. He's not even the best player in England. Cole Palmer is better than him. Has been for the last couple of years. So, I mean, Palmer is an exciting talent. Phil Foden is a much better player than he is. Kevin De Bruyne. We was talking a couple of City players here. The goalkeeper for City, Ederson, I think. Brilliant player. Goalkeepers, they don't often get much attention, yeah. Ederson, excellent. Ilkay Gundogan, what a player. City did the treble. Look what he did to Man United in the FA Cup. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about here. That's the level we're talking about, though. Haaland. What about Arsenal? You've got Declan Rice. Saliba. Saka. Come on, Martin Odegaard. And we've got that man, Leandro Trossard. Just love the celebration. He does this.
I think that when he scored
He
against
just
Chelsea,
often does this. He's looking for a trophy. Not this season, Leandro. Not this season, bro.
right,
Next question.
the next one is who is you want to seeing come in next season? Yeah, next season
Players I want to see come in next season.
and go out.
Well, people are going to laugh at me now when I say this because I think he has pretty much signed a new contract, I think, with his current club. But a player that I love, a player that I think is tailor made to play for Arsenal, is that man. Oh man, sorry guys, I haven't had much sleep in the last day. Ollie Watkins at Aston Villa. I love that player, and I think he is one of the greatest players playing at the moment in the Premier League. I think it doesn't matter what way he gets the ball, what way he receives it, just give him the ball. The man is just an animal. He is so strong physically. He's so quick. He hits the ball so hard. It's unreal. If the keeper saves it, he's half dead after it. He hits the ball with such power and such just venom, guys. I mean, the guy is just a baller. And the thing is, when you have a good player like him up front, the opposition can't relax. I mean, you think Liverpool are going to push their wing backs forward when Ollie Watkins is in there? Of course they're not. They're going to have to be careful because he's in there. It's like playing against a good forward. The opposition immediately have to be careful. They can't commit to the attack as much because he's there, guys. He's waiting. Who do we have at the moment? Havertz, when he's fit. We have nobody right now. We played Mikel Mourinho as a forward. Try to explain that to me, what was going on. Mikel Mourinho as a forward. My God. I mean, he's got no pace. He's got no guile. He doesn't know how to stay onside. He can't even make a run. I mean, he actually can't physically run. So, what was the point of Mourinho being a forward? Why did we buy him? And why did we buy Calafiori? The problem is, Damon, in the new season, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to buy players that will come to the club but aren't what we need. And the players that have come to Arsenal, Calafiori, Sterling, we're paying his wages. Mourinho, we're paying his wages. They're taking from the club because of them, we can't buy that centre forward we need because of the financial fair play. We have to be better with our signings. We have to bring in the players we need. And don't be buying players like Sterling and Mourinho and Calafiori when they serve no purpose. Why buy Mourinho? We already had Rice and Partey and Odegaard. How many midfielders do we need? It's in the forwards that's where we're struggling. And a winger for Saka. Come on, like. And these signings we made, they're costing us a lot of money. That's the reason we can't buy a centre forward. We're crying out for a centre forward. Come on, I mean, seriously. Guys, wait for the transfer window next season, yeah? It's going to be hilarious. Wait till the summer transfer window. You'll be crying into your dinner, guys. You'll be crying into your cereal. You'll be going to work. Devastated. I'm telling you now, the transfer window for Arsenal fans, it's going to be like the worst horror movie you've ever seen. Prepare yourselves. My prediction, pain. Next question.
Right, the next one is
Ridiculous manager. Ridiculous signings.
which academy graduates have impressed you recently, and did you have the potential to become first team?
Academy graduates have impressed me. I think another guy, I can't remember his name. 1 second, let me Google him. I almost thought of his name there. He's a centre forward, yeah. I think he's been put out on loan, but I think he deserves to be. I think he deserves a chance, and he is a forward, and we need a forward. He is a forward. We need a forward. And another reason, why did we sell? Remember back in the day we sold Gnabry to Bayern Munich. Look at him now. Can't think of the player I'm thinking of, guys. Yeah, but look, thing is with Arsenal, yeah, we don't give the players a chance. They come in cup games, they get a run out. I mean, Liverpool, for example, seem to be, and it's not because they're top of the league, guys. Liverpool seem to be a team that gives the younger players a much better opportunity, and they play them in the right position. Arteta is wonderful at playing guys out of position. I don't know why. I don't know why he does that. I swear to God, I just can't understand it. Liverpool bring in the younger players. He plays them in the right position. At Arsenal, we tend to play players out of position. Arteta doesn't know what he's doing. If I could think of that young player for Arsenal that came through the academy, he's a striker. Patino. Patino. I've been impressed with Patino, but we put him out on loan. But the guy is a goal machine, Damon. An absolute goal machine. Like, it stands to reason if he can do it in the under 18s, and he can do it in the under 21s, and he can do it in the reserves, he can do it in the full team, Damon. The goal is the same size. The ball is the same size. But we don't give Charlie Patino a chance. Why not? Why not? We're crying out for a striker. Instead, we try to fit Mourinho up there. Oh my God. Damon, did you see his display? Did you see the way Mourinho plays as a centre forward?
Yeah,
Damon, we didn't have one shot on target in, I think, the game against, was it Newcastle? One of the games that we lost in the last month, we didn't have one shot on target in the whole game. And Mourinho was up there running around like this, you know, like the lemmings, like a sheep. He was running around like bumping. And then he was running this way and he was bumping into a player. Bro, the thing is, they're not actually meant to know you're there. The ball comes in the box, Ollie Watkins volleys it into the net. They don't know he's there. He's quiet until the last moment, he moves in. Ball comes in, he moves. You don't stand there, let them see you, and try to get the ball. The thing is, you're meant to play on the shoulder. You play behind him, not in front of him. And when the ball comes in at the last second, you make a move. You don't stand there waiting for the ball to come to you. It's professional football. That's what he was doing. This is professional football at the highest level. And he's standing there like my mother, waiting for the ball to come to him. It's not going to come to you that easy. You need to make a run when the ball is played, and at the last second, move into the box. And don't let them see you're there. I swear to God. Anyway, look, that's my point on the whole thing. Arteta needs to give the young players a chance, huh? Like Liverpool do. It's the way forward, Damon. It's the way forward. So,
what is your perspective on the current ownership's impact on the club's success and stability?
the problem is, I believe that the owners, of course, anyone that doesn't know, Arsenal are owned by an American consortium, and it is father and son. Stan is the senior executive in the ownership. Yeah, Stan Kroenke. He is a United States businessman, a man from America, and his son Josh is more like in control at the moment. Stan is mainly over in the US. Josh is in London more often. Yeah. So the Kroenke consortium, I mean, they don't really have interest, I think, in Arsenal being successful. They do have an American football team. They do have a baseball team, which is more of their interest. I think they have a nice hockey team in the States as well. These teams have been successful, and that would be more, I think, important to the Kroenkes, that the American teams in their native country are more successful than Arsenal Football Club. They have money, guys. They have more money than they know what to do with. I mean, they could give a cash injection to the club, regardless of financial fair play rules. They also have contacts in the United States. How many American players have we signed? Do you get what I'm saying? Like when Arsene Wenger was in charge, He hit contacts in the club of AS Monaco back in the day, before you were born, Damon. Arsene Wenger is our most successful manager ever. He played for AS Monaco. He is a French citizen. He had contacts in France. He was able to bring over a couple of players from the French league. Why aren't the Cronkies looking in America for talented players playing in the American League? US internationals playing in foreign leagues. Why aren't they connected to this? There are a lot of players over in the United States. Okay, it's going to take them a bit of time to get up to the level of the Premier League. I get it. The American League is rubbish. It's crap. They're awful. But it's a retirement league for Messi and for Suarez at Miami. But I'm telling you now, right? Why don't we have links in America looking for players over there? This current ownership, this consortium, they don't care about the club being successful. They had success with American teams, their home country. I think that's enough for them. Arsenal is just like a toy, and Arteta is like the clown. Next question. Cronky's
Um,
out.
right here we're gonna get to a good bit now. Um, what's your
Oh,
favourite part from the club's history?
my favourite part from the club's history. My favourite part from the club's history was when we stole something that belonged to Tottenham. They should have actually been at Woolwich, and we kind of came in at the last minute. They should have been in the Premier League, and we took their place. And as far as I know, they were meant to be in the first Premier League, the first division in football, and they had to settle for the second division because an Arsenal businessman picked up an envelope with a lot of money and paid someone, and we became that team and not them. And the rest is history, guys, as they say. Um, I mean, you can talk about titles, you can talk about players. We have seen so many wonderful players at our club. Mark Overmars, Nicholas Anelka, one of the greatest players I've ever seen play live. Nicholas Anelka, an incredible player, just a wonderful player. I don't think people realize how good actually Nicholas Anelka was. You have to see him live, guys. He was incredible. Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry. You can talk about it. Patrick Vieira. My God, what a player! You can talk about players. Lauren, our defender from the Cameroon. My God. Ashley Cole, brilliant player. Better looking girlfriend at the time, but a brilliant player. Um, but definitely, I think the fun that we have with the Spurs fans is probably the funniest thing about our club. I mean, it's just hilarious. I mean, we are after winning 13 league titles. They have won it once. And when they did, their open top bus celebration was in black and white television. It was a long time ago. I mean, check the celebration, yeah, it's in black and white. Need I say any more? I think it was 1961. The dinosaurs are roaming the earth back then, guys. And I'm not talking about Gunnosaurus, because he wouldn't be seen caught dead in that part of London. But the dinosaurs are roaming the earth. There was cavemen, and TV was in black and white. But the greatest achievement, for me, something that will always, I had to just have a go at Spurs fans. But some things that will always kind of, for me, be funny is the Spurs thing. But the memory that will always stick in my mind would be the 2006 Champions League final when we lost 2-1 against Barcelona. Um, that was one of the greatest Arsenal teams ever. And we came up against arguably one of the best teams that ever played the game. That Barcelona team was an incredible team. And the thing for me is that for an hour, maybe 70 minutes, the game was even. If anybody ever watched that game, it was even. Then Lehman got sent off. The Arsenal keeper got sent off. We went down to 10 men, and it went from 1-0 to 2-1. That game will always stick in the memory for me because we should have won that one. With all due respect to Barcelona, Arsenal were in that game all the way, and it was very, very difficult to defeat. It was like the end of the era for Dennis Bergkamp. Thierry Henry left the club shortly after. Ashley Cole, of course, went off to Chelsea like a scumbag and a coward. But yeah, great player actually called by the way. But as a person, I think everybody knows what kind of person he is. But a great football player. Um, yeah, it's that Champions League final in 2006. We would have been the first club in London to win it. Of course, Chelsea did it 6 years later. But good memories. That was a good memory, though. I mean, we did well in the final. Um, the double, 1998, going to Old Trafford, beating them 1-0, looking at Gary Neville's face as the ball hit the back of the net. Looking at Alex Ferguson almost having a heart attack on the side of the pitch when the ball hit the net. Hilarious. 2002, the double again. Good times, man. Good times. We had some good times, yeah. I mean, definitely though the excitement of watching Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp play. I mean, Bergkamp at his best was from. He's like a player from a different planet. And there he was in North London. A lot of happy memories, yeah. A lot of good days. But now the dark clouds are gathering over the stadium. Another thing I don't agree with is why we moved to the Emirates in the first place. I know that's the way football is going. I know Highbury was an old stadium, but you can renovate it and you can add maybe a new stand. You could do something to it. But we had to move out to a bigger capacity 60,000 stadium. It's brought nothing but bad luck. And the atmosphere, for anyone who's been there, when I've been there, all I hear are the away fans. Okay, when Arsenal score, it's incredible. But up until that point, you hear the away fans. There's only 3,000 of them. There's 57,000 Arsenal fans, and they're making more noise than us. You got to ask yourself a question, guys, when you're in the stadium. Anybody that look, I'm living in Switzerland now, yeah, but I used to live in London and I used to go to the games. I'm living in Switzerland now, yeah. I'm going to try to get over in the new season with a friend of mine here. But the thing is, right? Anyone that goes to the games, guys, don't be playing with your phones. And don't be wondering what you're going to be doing later on after the game. And don't be thinking what you're going to be doing tomorrow. If you go to the game, sing. Sing your heart out for the club. 90 minutes, support the team. That is what we're talking about. Any fan that goes to the stadium, sing for 90 minutes, regardless of what is happening. Come and support the team and make an atmosphere. When you hear the away fans singing, and there's only 3,000 of them, you got to ask yourself a question. There's 57,000 fans in that stadium supporting the one team. Then sing. Support the team. It's very important. You're not there to make up the numbers, guys. Come and support the club. If you don't want to do it, give your ticket to someone else that will. Because that is what we need at the club. Bottom line. Simple as that. I can't be more straight than that now. I mean, support the club. There's tough games, yeah? Home and away. They need your support. You hear the away fans singing louder? You gotta ask yourself a question. Simple as that. No posing, no playing with your phone, no thinking about what you're going to get at half time. Support the club. Otherwise, give your ticket to someone else that will. Simple as that. Next question.
The next one is what's your favorite rivalry?
Definitely Man United. Obviously not with Spurs because they haven't won anything since the dinosaurs roamed the earth. My favourite rivalry is against Man United. I think Vieira against Keane. Alex Ferguson with his chewing gum, wearing 6 watches on his wrist, trying to influence the referee. That would be a big rivalry, I think. That for me, but I was only thinking earlier today, something that was in football. I'm going to keep it clean, guys. Damon is a young man. There may be young people watching the channel. I'm going to keep it PC. But back in the day, you know John Terry, Damon? John Terry.
Yeah.
So John Terry played for Chelsea. And John Terry was England captain. And John Terry was kissing other players' wives. Okay? No. One of those players played for Manchester City. And he was a wonderful player. And he played for England. And that player's name was Wayne Bridge. And Wayne Bridge was a wonderful talent. No, the rivalry between John Terry and Wayne Bridge after John Terry kissed his wife was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a football game. So the match started. It was Terry against Bridge, and Man City had Carlos Tevez, and Tevez was like a Tasmanian devil. He's just a goal machine. Tevez played for United too, of course, but Tevez was playing for City, and they destroyed Chelsea that day, 4-2. And Bridge had the best game I've ever seen him play in my life. He was everywhere. So that was one of the humorous things, yeah. And John Terry was like just before the game, and he put out his hand, and Wayne Bridge was walking past in the lineups. He didn't even, and Terry was like this. And Bridge played the best game I've ever seen him play. He was just everywhere. Every time he got the ball, it was like, "Who's that? It's Bridge. He's got it." It's like that was definitely a funny thing for me. John Terry's awkwardness, and they got hammered in the match. They got stuffed. I was watching it and I was like, it was all over the news. It was on Match of the Day, the highlights. It was like slow motion, John Terry making mistakes. And everyone was like, and then after the game, they had like interviews with the players. It was just explosive stuff, man. You wouldn't see that today. It's not like that anymore. But I was watching it like, hilarious. Just hilarious. Next.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna say something about like the celebration you're gonna do when Man United and Spurs get relegated in the same season.
There is a chance that could happen, I think, though. United, anyway. This is the worst United team I can ever remember. They're even worse than when they had Ten Hag. It's even worse than that. Um, but yeah, there was a chance they could get relegated. That would actually be quite funny. But the thing is, I mean, Arsenal, we've got bigger problems than that, guys. We can have a laugh and a joke at them and see how things are going for them, but we have to get our own. We have to get everything sorted out for us. We want to win something. I mean, it's been a while for us. United, I honestly don't know what is going on with that club. Um, I used to date a United fan, believe it or not. I used to date a girl called Patricia, and obviously that relationship didn't last long. Like she was a United fan, but at one point I was. You see, the thing is with United fans, right? They won everything, guys. They won everything, and for a while they were the only team that was winning things. Like some of their players have won like 13 major trophies, and they weren't even that good. They were just part of a very good team with a very good manager. So they won more trophies at United than most players win in their whole career. Okay, so they had so much success. A certain amount of United fans, I would not say all of them, but they became arrogant. And this attitude of theirs has come back to haunt them. First of all, they have been replaced by Manchester City as the best team in Manchester. And Manchester City did not just become the best team in Manchester, they became the best team in England and the best team in Europe and the best team in the world. And United were left in their shadow. So they've had some humble pie. I'm not even going to talk about Haaland. They've had some humble pie of their own. Then other teams have come along and have been better than them too. So at the moment, it's like all of those years that Manchester United have had is coming back to haunt them big time. So that is, it is. Look, I do find it amusing. I'm not going to lie, but it's because of what went on before that. Now the United fans, it's like they've been humbled, brought to their knees, so to speak. Long may it continue. Next.
I,
I have a question for you, Damon. Who is your
Right.
favorite player at Manchester City? Your favorite player. You can only pick one, bro. Your favorite player. Don't say Haaland.
No, certainly not Haaland anymore. Um,
Good. Humble pie for him, man. All the way. He has to think, guys. He has to think. It's a difficult one from the OSG. See, I know the questions, guys. I looked at Damon. I read his body language, and I said, "Yeah, favorite player. That's going to get him."
It's between two.
Okay, you can pick two as well, man. You can pick two. If you can't pick one, you can say two.
I got it. Kuznov.
Who?
Kuznov.
Interesting choice. But what about the big guns? I mean, what about the KDBs? What about the Bernardo Silvas? You know what I mean? The big guns in the team. I mean, the real names. I mean, Gundogan when he came back. Wow, he won you the treble. It's an interesting choice. Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. It's your choice is your choice, but yeah, it's an interesting. And why him? I mean, what impresses you about that player?
He's just all round excellent. To be fair,
Mm,
like like today, he didn't have a single drop of water for the whole match. He
mm.
played full 90 minutes, but still, he's the only player on the pitch who did not annoy me once during the game. He made literally no mistakes. It was just all the older players.
Mm. Were
So
you
I think,
watching? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
yes, I just think Kuznov is a class player.
Mm, mm, yeah, that's fair enough, man. I mean, the thing is as well, like any fans that maybe don't know too much about Manchester City that are watching us right now, the thing is with Manchester City, whether you know the player or not, when Manchester City purchase a player, first of all, Pep Guardiola knows exactly what type of player he's looking for a certain position and role in the team. When Manchester City tend to buy a player, it tends to be a good player. The player tends to bring something to the team and has an immediate impact because that's why Guardiola brought him to the team. It's not like Mikel Arteta where he just brings a crap player to the team and hopes that he does well. That's like Mikel Arteta. That's how he does things. Amateur. When Guardiola brings a player and Manchester City sign a player, the player tends to be a player of quality. What is the name of that forward you signed recently, Damon?
Um, Marmouche.
Yeah, Marmouche. He did well, man. He's looking good.
Yeah, that's my second favorite actually.
Mm, mm. He's direct, yeah. He's very direct, Damon. He doesn't just wait on the edge of the box. He's always moving into advanced positions with the ball. It's like he senses the opportunity to go in at the right time, yeah, with the ball. It's not that easy as it sounds, yeah. This is professional football. He just tends to have the right element of patience just to realize, okay, now is the time to actually drop off and pick up the ball and make a run. You know what I mean? He's got intelligence. He's a good player, Marmouche, and for anyone that's played football, guys, it's not that easy. And at that level, I mean, every team can play. There are some very good teams out there. And Premier League level, guys, defenses, defenses rule in the Premier League. If you're a forward that can score goals, you're a good player. Like Cole Palmer. I always mention that player. It's my man, Cole Palmer. A brilliant player. Big up Cole Palmer, man. I am a Gooner, yeah. Like I said, I am a die-hard Arsenal fan. I love the club. But you can't help but recognise the qualities of Cole Palmer, Mamouche, and that excellent. They have excellent players at the moment. Newcastle. My God, they have some players. They have what is the name of their forward? They have Anthony Gordon, and
Isaac.
thank you. They have Alexander Isak. They have Anthony Gordon. Newcastle at the moment. I mean, you can't help but just and Chelsea as well. I read yesterday that Chelsea have the most expensive squad ever assembled, 1.1 billion ever, all time. Damon, there has never been a more expensive group of players than at Chelsea at the moment. So there you
Yeah,
go. Interesting guys. But it's not all about money. Look at Barcelona in the past. Look at Real Madrid, what they have achieved. Look at Manchester City, what they have achieved. It's not about money. It's about bringing in the right players. You know what I mean? And that's the name of the
yeah,
game. And that is something that Mikel Arteta will never understand. He doesn't have a brain. you know. So he doesn't have a. You'll see it now. Like Damon will hashtag this video later, and he'll put it in like the the thing. OSG says Arteta has no brain. That's going to be like the headline. Damon's going to like clip this segment, and he's going to put it on like Instagram. It's going to be viewed like a million times. He has no brain. Oh shit! I will
I
never
might.
give up my address. Got to be careful. Come to
Um,
Switzerland, guys. I'm in Switzerland. You will never find me. You will never get over the mountains. Try to get over the Swiss Alps, guys. It's not going to happen. You'll never find me, guys. I'm safe. I'm here in Switzerland. So, cheers.
yeah. Speaking of Marmousse, this is this is just his quality.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks like he looks strong, Damon. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I let you continue, man. But the thing about Bramouche is he looks strong. His legs, his body. I mean, people can think what they want, yeah, but you need to be physically strong in the Premier League. He's a big guy, Damon. He's got a lot of muscle. I mean, when he runs, he's got power. You know what I mean? He can keep up that intensity for 90 minutes. He's big and he's strong. And that's what you need, yeah. I mean, he's not a lightweight, Damon. You're not going to push him off the ball like you would me or you. He's got physicality. He's strong. I mean, when he gets the ball, he's got a good center of gravity. He keeps a hold of it. He can ride a challenge. You don't get the ball off him easy. It's important too, yeah. Physical strength. It's important. I don't care what anybody says. A player needs to be physically strong. Premier League, guys, you need to be very strong. He is strong, and that's what I've been impressed with. Yeah, the guy is big. He's strong, and that's what you need up there.
Yeah,
So
he is a pretty good player.
he's strong, man. He's big and strong. He gets the
Like
ball. He can hold the ball.
like once I was trying to like a couple of minutes ago, I was trying to find a picture that I was shown in one of my previous streams about him, but it was
Mm.
like where he scored for like he scored for like 20 games, like 20 games straight. It was
Wow,
actually amazing. To be
that is
fair,
crazy. Yeah. Like 20 games in a row, he scored in every game.
yeah,
Guys are always going to have one bad game, yeah, or two bad games where you don't get a chance. Like to score like that in 20 games in a row, that's not easy. I mean, you could have an injury. The guy is quality, quality. I mean, when he comes, like I said, when Manchester City buy a player, you know that they're buying a player of certain quality. They're not taking a chance. It's never taking a chance with them. The player is proven. And okay, they have money. I get it. They can afford a player. But so can Arsenal, guys. So can Liverpool. I would say so can United, but when United do it, they seem to always get the wrong player. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Manchester United's demise. Damon's joy. It's called Damon's Joy. You should change the name of the channel. Damon's Joy. And that's about it. Just you enjoying United's demise.
uh, sometimes with the team won't really say enjoy, but sometimes I'll say with the team bowl. But
Yeah, it's a pleasure to watch Amarim. But I used to like watching Eric Ten Hag. He was the funniest. I mean, there were so many memes came out about him. Like we played United, and before the game, he was like this. Yes, I know how to counteract their tactics. And then it like cuts to a screenshot of like a black guy just laughing. That was so funny, Damon. I mean, him coming out saying, like, the thing is with Ten Hag, he doesn't seem to be like a father figure to players, and you do need to be like a father with the players. Some of the players they actually need a guy to be like a kind of like a dad, like a father figure to the younger players. He was never the kind of manager that would give the player a hug or have a bond with the player. Ten Hag was never like that. He was always like a school teacher and his students. It was very kind of cold. You're never going to win anything when you're like that as a manager because the players they don't want to play for you. He was aggressive. He was strict. He was mean. You know, and he thinks that he's doing everything right, which is the worst thing. And he thinks he knows better than the players. I mean, if I was a manager, guys, I'm just going to say, right, and I'm sure Damon is thinking the same thing. If I was a manager and a player came up to me in training and said, you know what, I respect you, Dave. I respect you, old Skool Gunner. You are the best YouTuber that ever lived. But, and I am, guys, but you're not playing me in the right position. My potential is not being recognized. You know what? I would actually listen to the player because the player knows better than the manager about his own performance and the best place to play him. Manager doesn't listen to a player, you're going to ask yourself some questions. It is what it is, man. And if anyone has been watching my streaming, my YouTube, my FC25, I am one of the greatest FC25 players to ever live, guys. Like Damon, you've seen some of my games, man. I'm just like bang, bang, 9, 10, 11, have a bit of that. And I was only playing with one hand. You know what I mean? So there you go, guys. I might be playing as well later on. You know what's going to happen, guys. My prediction, pain. But it's actually fun if you play like the Champions League, or it's fun if I play like the Irish team, because the Irish team is not so good. So when you play as Ireland instead of Arsenal, or you have a couple of tough games, yeah. And I like playing against the Northern Ireland, yeah. I like playing against Northern Ireland, the Republic against the North, the grudge match. You know what I mean? All right, Damon. 1 second. I'm going to do something with your. I'm going to do something with your. If it's okay for you, of course, because it's your channel. Just give me 1 second, guys. I will be back. No need to fear, guys.
I made us from like that. We'll see what's happening.
All right, I'm back. So here it is. Much talked about, guys. Apologies for my hair. I'm going to get it cut when I go to Thailand. It's very long. So 1 second, guys. Damien, this is going to get you banned off YouTube. Do, 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 do. 1 second. Do, 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 do. So listen, guys. There is an Irish rap group, and their name is Kneecap. Yeah, Kneecap. It's here, look. Yeah? Kneecap. And my friend in Ireland, this is obviously the Irish flag, guys, not Italy, Ireland. My friend in Ireland, he went to the concert and he bought me this because the DJ from the group, he wears this. It's very comfortable. So there you go. I'll take it off now, Damon, before you get banned off YouTube, okay? No, there you go. So if you're looking to see something interesting, if you want to watch an interesting movie, because they actually have made a film, and it's like comedy, Kneecap. Check it out. And check out some of their music. You want to understand my country a little bit better? Check them out, guys. And if you ever see someone wearing this in the street, my advice, run. So, next question.
Before I ask next question, I just want to make a very good mention to Kuzanov.
Ah, yeah.
The fact he's better than all of the Man City defenders combined.
Mm.
It's just mad. And the fact he's younger than all three of them as well.
Yeah, his stats are very good, eh? His interceptions, Damon, his interceptions are.
Yeah.
And his aerial duels won. And the possession won in the defensive third when it matters, when it matters. Fuck, he's a good player, man. He's one of these players that just kind of you want to notice, you know?
I can't even see one of the Man City players who's gone into the two, apart
Hmm?
from Stones in the last one.
Hmm.
Like Kulinov isn't in the twos for every single one, apart from the first one.
Hmm.
Where it
Like I said,
seems
he's one of these players you wouldn't even really kind of. He just does his job without any kind of fuss. But look at his stats. They don't lie. Crazy. And like the fact he's played 13 games, but still his stats are so high. Normally, the more games you play, some of the performances would kind of not be as good, and it brings down the numbers. But not with him. Wow. Where is he actually from? What nationality is he?
he's I don't know how to say it, but
Let me
he's
check 1 second. I'll check. You keep talking, and I'll check.
I think
I'll
uh
guess and say that he is from
it's UC Beck or something like that.
Bulgaria.
No, he's I know what it is, but I don't know how to say it.
Ah, Uzbekistan.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he's from Uzbekistan. He's only 21. Wow. There he is, guys. The Uzbek maestro.
Here, the master. Wait, let me see if I can find a clip of him from
He's a
Lens.
young guy now, 21. That's crazy.
He was actually amazing at Lens. Um, yeah, this one. I'm not gonna play the
God
whole
damn
thing
it,
because
Liverpool won.
I don't want to. Oh, no,
That's the league over anyway, Damon. That's a league on.
I'll get that up later. Um,
Liverpool have won, yeah. Oh, God. That's the league over.
I really thought Southampton could do it for that one.
Ah, God. Life is tough.
Someone else might beat
Liverpool
them.
are Liverpool are going to be champions, huh? No problem.
The next one is get up one. How would you describe the mindset and mentality from the team this season, and how mentally strong are they in tough moments?
They're not meant to be strong. Um, they are weak. Um, you know what, Damon? It's not about having the best players on the field. It's a lot about character and about belief and about a will to win and about wanting to do your best for the football club. Yeah. Um, they have been weak mentally. The character has been lacking. Um, there have been certain games where we should have like literally came out of the like Damon, the last 2 seasons, as you know, we came second when we probably should have won at least one of those seasons, yeah? And it would have been easier for us to win. That in itself is not good enough. Now this season, yeah, the players have not learned anything from that experience, and Mikel Arteta has not learned anything from those experiences. And that is the biggest problem I can see at the moment because we go out into tough games, and honestly, Damon, I do not care about my wages. In my job, for example, I do not care about the money. I couldn't care less. And if I was a football player, I also would not care about the money. You want to be successful. You want to win something. And I don't understand why the players don't go out with this attitude and give absolutely everything they have out there. There have been games this season where that has not happened. And I don't care who we're playing. I don't care how good the team is. It's about heart. It's about giving everything for the football club and for the fans. The hell with the wages. The hell with everything. You want to be successful, you want to win something, you want to be proud of yourself when you go home and know you did the very best for the club and the fans. That's what I'm talking about. They go out in some games, and that is not the case. Like I mentioned the younger players earlier, the younger players have shown more than the older players, the more established players. You've got to ask yourself a question when that happens. Seriously, no. I mean, character, I think, is weak. Belief, will to win, I think all of these things can be improved. It's not all about the players you have on the field. It's 11 against 11, Damon. And when we're the home side, we need to go for it. And we need to put teams under the kind of pressure that they can't resist. It hasn't always happened. And what have we learned in the last 2 seasons, 2 second place finishes? And what has Mikel Arteta learned? Like after 2 second place finishes, the desire in the team to finally win should be just unbelievable. And it's not. Why is that? Now I'm taking nothing away from Liverpool. They're going to win the league and they are the best team. They are top of the league for a reason. But what about Arsenal Football Club? What have they learned in the last 2 seasons? And what has Mikel Arteta taken from those 2 second place finishes? And this season is even worse. We're second, but we're miles behind. It's over now. It was over last month. There can be no getting away from that factor. It was over last month. You've got to care about the club. You've got to care about the team and the fans. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it. None of it. Ask any fan, any real fan. Winning's winning. 1 point or 10 points, it doesn't matter. Winning's winning. What have we learned in the last 2 seasons, those disappointments? What are the players thinking when they're in training and when they're at home? There's nothing more important than it, in my opinion. They need to go out and they need to show that. It's not about ability. It's about heart and will to win. Determination. All of these things are important. Ability, of course, but there's other things in play. And we are lacking in that department. And we have been for a while. And Arteta needs to take responsibility. It's his team. He picks the team. He puts them out there. What's he saying to them before the game? You need to get them wired. They need to come out on the pitch and be mentally and physically ready for the battle. If you can do that, we can win. But not the way he sends them out, like sheep. They need to go. Keep, loan, sell, Odegaard, Saka, Saliba. I would keep all three of them now. But the problem is, we're going to have to sell them at some point because if they don't get successful, we're going to lose them. We're going to lose these players if they're not successful. They're not going to want to stay at the club if they don't have a real opportunity to actually win anything. At some point, we will actually lose these players. That is the worst thing. I mean, the players you should be talking about, keep, loan, sell, Havertz, Jesus, Mourinho, Calafiori. Crap. Rubbish. They're the players that we need to get rid of. They're the players that need to move on. Zinchenko, a nothing player. Sterling, a nothing player. And it's because we're paying these guys wages that we can't bring in a top quality forward. We're crying out for Ollie Watkins. That will never happen. We need a real quality forward that can hit at least 25 goals a season. We need a target man. It doesn't matter how good the midfield is. It doesn't matter how many times we beat crap teams like Eindhoven 7-1 in the Champions League. Crap teams. They played awful in that game, PSV Eindhoven. I don't care what anyone says. We got the easiest draw. They played terrible. We beat them 7-1 without a recognised striker. It doesn't matter how many times we beat crap teams like that 7-1. We need an established forward that's going to hit 25 goals a season. If that doesn't happen, we can forget about it. And Arteta doesn't think we need a forward. You've got to think about it like that, guys. He doesn't think we need a forward. There's a blind man outside there walking down the road. He knows we need a forward. Come on, guys. We need a forward. And the worrying thing for me is that Arteta doesn't think we have the need. 1 second, guys. Let me turn on the light here. Night is coming. I'm getting scared of the shadows. 1 second. I'm not going to put this back on, Damon. Don't worry. Get you banned off YouTube, Damon gets banned. That's my thing, yeah. I'm going to go on to other people's channels and I'm going to put it on to get them banned off YouTube. I'm going to take out the opposition. Then I'm going to be the only channel and everyone is going to watch me, even though my content is crap. That's my plan. First victim, Damon. You're on the list, Damon. Second victim, who's next? I'll decide about it, but it's going to happen. Maybe Moss Sports World. I'm going to go for him. Then I'm going to go for Luca. Then I'm going to go for Tony, early doors. One by one, they're all going to go. And then I'll be the only YouTuber, and people will have no option but to watch my crap channel. Oh, yeah. I love my ideas. One more time, guys. Come talk to me about it. You know what I mean? That's what I always say. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'm joking, guys. I'm having a laugh. But Damon, a question for you, man. A question for you. Which player would you like to sign? If you had one player you could sign for City right now, I'm not on about next season. I mean, no. Who would you sign? What player do you like? Don't say Declan Rice.
Uh,
My questions are good, man. I love my questions.
oh, um, I forgot his name.
Raheem Sterling.
No, I don't want him back.
Good answer. You passed.
Oh, I
That was a
forgot his
test. Kusanov.
No, we've already got him.
Ederson.
Nah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
I know it's like he's a left winger, I think, or a striker. He's a striker for Real Madrid. He's a young one though, not Mbappe. The other one.
The Golden Boy.
What name? It's
Fuck. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, the Golden Boy.
oh, just striker is.
Vinicius.
No, it's the other one. Endrick. That's it.
Endrick. Who the hell is that? Huh? Is he a real player?
Yeah, he's Endrick Felipe. He's from
Yeah, Endrick. Yeah, Endrick.
I think it'd be a decent backup since we sold but I would like to get
What about?
Alvarez back to City.
But you're talking about Real Madrid. But what about Atletico Madrid? What about Griezmann? He's a brilliant player, man. Griezmann.
Yeah, I think I would scrap Griezmann just to get Alvarez back
Mm, mm,
because I don't know what Pep was thinking selling him.
mm.
Everyone
who's-
who sold made a big impact to the club, and now we're just clowns.
You know who is a very, very good player? Danny Olmo at Barca.
Oh yeah, now I know someone who I want who I keep saying I want
Danny
to come
Olmo,
to
man.
City.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Oh, man, Danny Olmo.
Right now, I've got the answer to your
Great
question.
player.
Now, and now I've got the answer to your question. Do I want to come to City?
Yes.
The legend, Lamine Yamal. I want to see him come to City.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah, I've always been saying to everyone I want Lamine Yamal to come to City. It's just too good. I'm sure he's worth like 300 something on FIFA career mode. I'm pretty
He's a
sure.
very good player, though. Very good player. It's crazy how young he is, yeah?
Yeah, Yamal is just pure class.
I like Nico Williams. I think Nico Williams is a brilliant player on the wing. Yeah? When he cuts inside, it's like he's got options. He can shoot, he can pass. He's fast. It's just the pace. He's got so much pace. It's like quick player. He's got options on the ball. Every time he's on the ball, he seems to have time. You know, he just has that extra second to shoot or to pass. Brilliant, brilliant build-up play. I mean, 1-2s, goes out wide, cuts inside, looks for the pass, looks for the return, a quick 1-2 into the net. Williams is, it doesn't seem real sometimes when he does it. It's like, it looks easy. It's not easy. Brilliant player.
Yeah,
You
since the
go Williams,
Euros,
man.
he's been cooking.
Hmm?
Since the Euros, Yamal's been cooking.
Mm.
Specifically against Real Madrid for like 3 games.
Yeah, I think in the next round of the Champions League, if Arsenal play Real, which I think they will, I think Arsenal are going to be embarrassed. But we'll see.
You might get a
We'll see.
Atletico.
Yeah. Our defense is okay. Our midfield is okay. We have nobody in the forwards. They have everybody in the forwards. So it's like we don't have any firepower. So where are the goals going to come from? You know, I mean, they have Mbappe running riot. He just runs riot. Vinicius Junior, he runs riot as well. I mean, we don't have the. We're not going to keep them out for 90 minutes. So it's not possible like that to keep them quiet for a full game. It's just they just need a second. It's just a split second, and Mbappe's in. You make one mistake, you make one mistake, yeah. And he's in. It doesn't matter how good you play. It's just about levels. You make a mistake against him, it's and Arsenal will make a mistake at the back because they don't have threat up front. We don't have any threat. Real will push forward because they know we're not dangerous. I don't see how we can win that game. I just, I just can't see where the goals are going to come from. Against their defense, with their attack, the amount of possession that they have, we're going to maybe have 2 chances. That's why you need a top quality striker, guys, because he needs to take one of those 2 every time. And that's what a good forward does for you. But when you don't have one, and the manager doesn't think you need one, So, guys, I'm going to Thailand tomorrow. Anyone that doesn't know, I will be flying at 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. here in Switzerland. So when you hear a plane flying over, look up into the sky and go like this. OSG, OSG, OSG. I want everybody to do this, yeah. OSG. And I'll be like that on the plane. Yo. You know what I mean? That's just my adoring fans. I'll be waving from the plane even though it's over Switzerland, not England. Like, just make sure you give up respect for the OSG, yeah. And if anyone asks you the best YouTuber out there at the moment, say, yeah, the OSG is really cooking. You know what I mean? He's cooking up quite the dinner. It's potatoes and stew with some pizza. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta say. Like, the OSG's got it going on. Best YouTuber out there? Definitely, I think. I have to say that, Damon. I am world class. You know what I mean?
Anyway, yeah, that comes to the end of my questions that I've got.
What?
Yeah, I didn't have very many for the last one either.
Which?
But anyway, big up to Lawrence.
Big up Lawrence, man.
Big up to
Big up to
Alexander.
Alexander.
And big up to Hay.
And big up to Hay. If you're if you haven't subscribed to my channel, guys, I would appreciate it. If you just want to drop a comment on some of the content, everyone is entitled on is welcome on my channel, guys. I just want to put that out there too, and I hope that this will be the first of many collaborations with Damon. That we can do it again because I have enjoyed it, and it's been a pleasure being on your channel, Damon. I want to thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. It's been very pleasant. Yeah, anyone that ever wants to come, guys, and guest on my channel, whether you are a Manchester City fan like this man here, or an Arsenal fan like myself, or a Chelsea fan, you will be respected, yeah, and your opinions will be respected. I always run a nice channel. Damon will tell you, I have a fair channel, and there's never any nasty comments allowed on my channel. Yeah. I don't allow it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have people on my channel just because they are big YouTubers and it's going to make my channel bigger. I only have people on my channel that I actually like. I don't like people coming on my channel when they are rude and disrespectful. Even if they have a big channel, I don't care. They're not welcome. It's as simple as that. But everybody's welcome on my channel apart from them guys. Nice people. Regardless of what team you support, you're always welcome now. Always welcome. And I want to thank Damon for inviting me on his channel. It's been a pleasure. I enjoyed it. And thank you to everybody for tuning in now. And come support Damon on his channel now.
So anyway, guys, I'll be scheduling some more podcasts during the week. Scheduling some more people as well. So yeah, and hopefully this won't be the last collaboration. But
No, it
will
won't
be the
be.
last one.
I'll bully you into another one. You'll get bullied into it. I'll send you like 100 emails a day. You know what I mean?
Hay has asked you how you're doing.
Me? I'm doing good. I would be doing better if Liverpool hadn't won because the league is over now. But that's what it is.
But anyway, big up to everyone who's been watching the stream, and hope I'll see you all next week some point for a stream of West Ham fan.
I'll be in Thailand, guys, but I'll make a little bit of content. I'll be 8,000 kilometers away over in Asia. But I'll be around, yeah? I'll be around. And hopefully I'll have a good flight tomorrow. Pleasant and relaxing. And thank you to Damon for inviting me. Yeah?
I'll put a link to Old School Gunner's channel in the description as soon as I get a chance to.
You know you want to, guys. You know you want to. Just click the subscribe button.
And big up to all of you, and I'll see you next time.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.